Just look here. It's amazing, right?
To start this day, we will take a bus to Bygdoy, where we will find Oslo's Maritim museums and an open-air museum with an old medieval step church. This bus can be taken in front of the Oslo Opera House, and you can check departure times in Router app and each bus stop. While you're in Oslo, I recommend checking the Oslo Pass. This is a one-time payment electronic pass which will allow you to enter museums and take public transport as long as it's active.
So today I will be visiting as many Oslo museums as possible, and I just got into the bus.
If you use Router app, you just need to insert your starting location and where you want to go. And the app will show you available departure and estimated arrival times.
To start the day off, I came to Bygdoy to see some of the museums that are located here. The first one is the Kon-tiki Museum. It shows vessels and maps from the Kon-tiki expedition. Right on the other side we have the Fråm Museum that is located here. This museum is basically from the Norwegian polar expeditions, and we can see their story inside.
Fråm Museum exhibits the story of different polar expeditions, going from the first crossing of Greenland to the first flight over the North Pole to reach Alaska. Inside the museum there are lots of photos, maps and antiques from the different expeditions. Fitting as the centerpiece of the museum is the world's strongest wooden ship, known as Fråm. Public can go on board and take a look around cabins, lounges and other rooms such as the engine room. I might be wrong, but I read inside the museum that the ship was intended for 12 men and it was loaded with food for a journey that would last for around 5 to 6 years. Covering all these expeditions in one single take is quite hard, but I encourage you to go as being inside this ship is a unique experience. I didn't spend much time inside this museum, but I recommend doing a quick visit because here you can find a Viking boat style workshop. I also found a children designated area, and this area was really attractive because here you can find so many video games and board games for children and parents. Kon-tiki expedition was a 1947 journey by raft across the Pacific Ocean from South America to the Polynesian island, led by Norwegian explorer and writer Thor Heyerdahl. This expedition was funded by private loans along with donations from USA and Peruvian people who provided balsa logs so that Heyerdahl and his team could construct the raft in an indigenous style. Heyerdahl's goal for the Kon-tiki expedition was to prove that people coming from South America, which he called Tiki people, could have reached Polynesia during pre-Columbian times. He wanted to prove that right by using the materials and technologies available to those people at that time. However, on that same year, the journey ended when the ship hit a reef and ended up at the Rorois Island. After spending some days there, the team was rescued and taken to Tahiti. As of today, Heyerdahl's hypothesis was rejected by research.
We just visit these three museums and now we are going to the Folkmuseum. Again with the bus. It was very short time to catch it, so let's go.
Doing these 4 museums in Bygdoy in one single day can be challenging, as typical working hours are from 9 AM to 4 PM, where I do recommend doing them in one day to save some time from other activities in Oslo Center.
We just arrived to the Norskfolkemuseum that is located in Bygdoy. This place is an open-air museum that shows Norwegian life from different ages. So we will see, for example, an old church that is related to 1200 to buildings that cover how Norwegian lives until today. So let's take a look to these buildings.
Before walking around, I recommend taking a map, as this open-air museum is pretty big. I read on the internet there are around 160 buildings inside. I also checked this museum is divided in 3 main areas: King Oscar II's collection, the countryside, and the old town. I think the most common way is to start with the King Oscar's area, since this will be more close to the real timeline. But in my case, I started with the countryside because I was not sure where I was. The countryside shows how life was around 1700 to 1950 in places such as Trondelag, Finnmark, Telemark, Voss, and many other buildings like an old school. To be honest, I bought the travel guidebook from Norway 2 years ago, and when I was checking the pages I saw this photo of the state church located in Oslo, and in that moment I knew this had to be a must for this Norway trip. I hadn't told you so, But this trip was inspired by a book, and that's something really meaningful to me.
I am in front of the old church and I can't believe it. I will show you, it's right here. Wow, it's very amazing, right?
So the last stop on this museum was the Old Town. This area shows more of a town's construction style as the name itself implies. But this building dates from 1600 to 1998.
In the after edition, I think it will be easier for me to let you know where I was. But at this moment, I think I am in the modern or almost modern places. I will let you see. For example, here they have a guitar at the end. This house looks like kind of modern, but at the same time, it has things that seems to be from 1980, so it's quite hard to know exactly in which age of Norwegian history I am, but it's kind of big. It's kind of a big house. There's a piano at the bottom. I don't know if you can see, but it's a house with 3 floors. It's very big. I'm pretty sure those are the Beatles, but like with fake people. Just look at that. They have a guitar and a vinyl CD player.
And as I recommended on the previous video, I don't recommend leaving the fjord cruise at Fråm Museum. If you do so, you will end up spending some precious time because you will have to return to Bygdoy the next day. And if you want to visit the other museums, that will be not possible.
I think that was pretty much all from this open air museum. Let me know if you like it. I think the most exciting part for me was the church, but also, for example, these old houses that are behind me. They are so cool. So let me know, what do you think? Will you visit it? Will you come?
For this museum, I do recommend bringing your camera or phone fully charged, as there are many places where you can take amazing photos.
We are back in Oslo, and this right one behind me is the Oslo Opera House. This is house to many different ballet and opera activities, and unlike other buildings, Norwegians are proud to say that this building allows people to get to the roof, so we will take a look at that too. In front of the opera house, we can find this floating sculpture called She Lies, which was made by Monica Monvicini, and it evokes the power of ice and water always present in the north.
Just as I commented before, you can go on top of the opera, and you can also go inside and visit the restaurant area. So I didn't explain it before, but one of the ways to know where your bus is departing is to get close to this board information that is located very close to the Oslo Central Station. You just need to find what kind of transport you're using, and next to it there are some letters. So you just need to find on the station